Hi everyone, you're watching my YouTube channel, Way Crunchy. And today I'm talking a little more about my journey rebuilding my life as a single mom. And whew, it's been a doozy. I got to a point a while back where I found myself pouring from an empty cup, so truly deeply empty. I found myself pouring from an empty cup, and then I had to rebound from that. So today's video, I'm going to talk about how my cup got empty. I'm going to go through all that mess. Don't we love hearing about other people's troubles? And then I'm going to talk about how I changed my approach to rebuilding my life as a single mom in a way that leaves me full while I'm on the journey. So, first thing, before I could rebuild my life as a single mom, I had to deconstruct my whole entire life. That was hard. And this whole process, I didn't fill my cup, and everything in this process just kept zapping me. And at first it was okay. You know, I was finding simple pleasures. I was looking at the sky. I was looking at the stars. I was, you know, breathing the air and finding these simple, free pleasures. So the first thing is, on rebuilding my life as a single mom, I lived in my dream house. Y'all all know that if you've been watching. And I thought I could stay there. I was a stay-at-home mom, being fully financially supported by my husband for 6 years. And then everything blew up. So trying to figure out how I was going to stay in my house, I found someone who would be my roommate. I was calculating the bills. I was calculating what was necessary, what wasn't necessary. I was thinking about Airbnb, and when you've got 3 floors of a giant beautiful house, you know, Airbnb becomes the thing to think about. Thinking about, you know, I teach yoga professionally, you know, just different things. I went through all that, and then crash, all those plans, everything I thought of became pointless. So let's just throw all that mental energy in the trash can, because I got a reality check. I was not going to be able to get a mortgage that size in my name. I didn't have the income. No, definitely I had no income, you know. So it's not just as easy as, oh, well, I'll get the house in the divorce. It's not that easy, y'all. And then there's just tragedy. So I'm having to leave the house. I was on a journey to minimalism anyway. I got rid of like 80% of my earthly possessions, down to like nothing. Put a bunch of stuff in a storage facility. I'm no longer surrounded by my comfort nest of things and stuff. Still I'm persevering, but we went out of necessity. I didn't have a separation order. I didn't have child support. I didn't have spousal support. I didn't have a job. Went to live in my parents' basement. Couldn't get the house. And my parents' basement, I just kept being struck by tragedy. And my animals kept dying, which that's on other videos. You can go back and look. I got one on how livestock, that word removes value from animals' lives. But my rabbit was killed first, and then various birds just kept dropping dead. It's hard. It's so hard. Ooh, it's hard. So that was hard. There was a betrayal that led to the separation and divorce. There was that betrayal. That's all real hard. A lot of real hard. Ooh, real frustrating things. When I'm like smiling right now, but I won't smiling at the moment. And then I'm in the basement, and I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. To get, you know, I've borrowed the money for a lawyer, and I've got excellent legal representation, and I just have to get that through, you know, just have to get some child support, just have to get some spousal support, then we'll get in a little apartment, and it'll be all great. So I've been living in houses that we owned and paid mortgages on. I had no idea what had happened to rent in the past 10 years. Like, rent, this is a housing crisis in the United States, and you're going to hear more on me from this. Rent is crazy, because I know what the mortgages are on these different homes, and people, rich getting richer, poor staying poor. Anyway, we'll talk more about my journey on how I'm overcoming that. But I thought we'd get into a little apartment. Didn't know how expensive they were going to be. Finally get, my finances in order. I'm still teaching yoga, got income from that, and we're sailing. We're in my parents' basement. It's not ideal, but it's like really temporary. But then I'm like, okay, to set us up for success, we need to stay here for a while. We need to save some money. And I know it's not ideal for my mental health living in my parents' basement due to dynamics, personal dynamics, and also just being in a basement. For some reason, it's just really bad for my mental health. And so I'm separated. I'm getting divorced from my husband. I don't have health insurance. But I feel this incredible weight lifted. I feel this weight lifted that I no longer have to please my husband. I no longer have a boss. I'm like someone who's always had a boss suddenly finding themselves working for themselves. It's incredibly freeing. It's taken just like a ton off my back. And so my anxiety eases up. I have anxiety. I have clinical anxiety and a panic disorder. I don't have health insurance. I quit going to my doctor. I taper off of my anxiety medication. I'm still feeling good. Months roll on. I'm still feeling good. Well, then the dynamics in my living situation, the plot thickens. I don't have the best relationship with my mother. And my parents were watching my children while I worked and went to yoga. I have to quit my job. And let me tell you, I've been with these ladies I was teaching yoga with for a long time, like seeing them grow. Yoga for me is spiritual practice, God, quitting that was a lot. That was devastating, actually. Like, that was devastating for my mental health. I no longer had a job. I had left these people I built a relationship with as a yoga teacher, which is it's a relationship. And that was like shooting myself in the foot. Although I didn't have the childcare, when I was married, I had this class, and it was hard with my then husband's work schedule to work out watching the kids. So my parents were actually watching the kids when I went to teach yoga way back when everything was dreamy. But just the dynamic of living with them and then watching the kids while I went to yoga wasn't working. And then losing that weekly me time, that weekly going out to do my work, that was a lot. And I really started feeling more bogged down by the situation in the basement and tightened the purse strings to save money faster to get us into our own place, in our own terms, in a good place we can stay. I tightened the purse strings more. We quit going to the movies. We quit spending gas. I quit going to my yoga classes that I take as a student. Stress is building. Things come to an end in the basement, and I suddenly find myself moving into my grandmother's house, which has been glorious, but I suddenly find myself moving not into our own place, but I suddenly find us moving into another purgatory. Then my car that I drive all over the place, drive the kids to homeschool co-op and soccer practice. We were maintaining normalcy of our lives. Going to the library, going to a playground. The car dies. The car is dead as a doornail. And that's when Mama's anxiety and panic comes back. It rears its ugly head. The anxiety comes back. And that's the bottom point. That's the bottom point. That's the bottom point. So I had to fill my cup before I could move on and take my new approach. And At the same time, my car's breaking down. I've got the flu. I've got the flu for like 3 weeks. My grandmother has a flu. When I'm not tending to my children, I'm tending to her. And I never had a chance to lay in bed and be sick. It's too much. And I have to change. I have to make a change. I changed my time frame. I'm like, okay, I save every single penny. I'm out of here on this date. I'm like, well, there's some things I need to spend my pennies on, or I'm gonna be a shallow person by the time I get out of here. I need to accept help. I need to change my time frame, and I need to accept help. My friend started GoFundMe in the previous video. You saw that, to help raise a little money to get a new car. We raised $500. We're struck with illness constantly while I'm trying to rebuild my life. Heinous misery, torture, unable to leave the toilet to care for children, vomiting, a stomach virus sweeps through my entire household here. Me and my daughter come down with it at the exact same time. I call my husband, and we're getting along good, and I can't say this is all your fault, because that's killing me. I have to say, yeah, come help. Our whole life's gone. We gotta move forward. I called him, come help. He came help. He was a doll baby. Hating someone to the point that it's killing yourself is not good. And I'm letting go of that. I'm letting go of that. Doesn't mean I'm not going to say forgive, but I'm not going to hate, and I'm not going to... I had to accept help. We're family. We'll see how that goes over the years. So I decide, because I've saved all this money to move into a new place, but I'm dying trying to get in there. And I have no health insurance, I have no anxiety medication, and I have a doctor that I saw for a couple of years that I trust is a really good doctor for managing my anxiety. And I was like, I'm going to pay out of pocket. I got to go see my doctor. I pay out of pocket. I get my prescriptions. It's a good choice. I'll do another video on medication and motherhood and anxiety and whatnot. If you have any questions or anything you want to see in that video, post them below. And then God, I don't like it. I've gone to social services. We're working on getting us health insurance through the government now. Some assistance there. Accepting help and rebuilding on a strong foundation instead of fast get us into our own place to live. We need all these different things. We need health. We need all the support that we can get, all the help we can get. We need to pile it up. So at this rock bottom point, like, this is kind of just a really bad week, and when the kids went to visit their fathers, I met with a friend who just helped counsel me and make a to-do list and, get into my doctor, get back on my medication, go to social services. And then after I was done talking with her, I went to Target, and little things like, I had not bought my soap that I wash my body with that helps me feel clean and pretty. I've been using, little hotel soap bars to wash even my dreadlocks. I bought my soap. My deodorant had somehow quit working somewhere along the line. I'm just stinking all the time. And so I did a little research, got a new deodorant, natural deodorant that's gonna work for me. I guess what, I smell great. And just having this little ritual of a bath with my soap, some good deodorant, some moisturizer for my face. I got those things. I got some moisturizer, some soap, and deodorant. It made a world of difference. Natural products. Because with my anxiety, and we need a post about anxiety. I don't like poisoning myself with chemicals. And so, OCD, whatever. And so I did that. And I bought a journal and some pens, and I started journaling, and I got a planner to write down. I hadn't gotten a planner for the new year, and that's something I do every year. I got a planner, I got a journal, I got soap, I got deodorant, I got moisturizer for my face. I'm back on my anxiety medication, and 2 weeks past, I'm feeling better. I go and get myself a few canvases and some paint, and I start painting. I'm painting, and I'm better. I'm so much better. My cup was empty. And guess what? In the time it took me to kind of get myself closer, all I have to do is let time pass to. I'm going to start teaching yoga again. I found somewhere that has child watch. I started going to yoga. That's one of the biggest things. I was like, all right, I need a 5-class pass. I need to get into yoga every other week. And that makes all the difference. It makes all the difference for me. And when it makes a difference for me, it makes a difference for my children. I gotta take care of myself, and I got a plan, and I got a support system, and I did what I needed to do to fill my cup. And I'm keeping on trucking, rebuilding my life as a single mom, and I'm gonna share it all here with y'all. I'm gonna share it, and I'm gonna be vulnerable. And we're living in a good place. I'm in a good place. We're okay. We're more than okay. And the priority is, oh God, my daughter had to have surgery during the middle of all this as well. That was a kick in the butt. I knew my daughter was about to have surgery, and I was like, I need to get in to see my doctor and get my medication before my daughter has her surgery, because that's going to scare me to death having my daughter have surgery. It was so much. It was so much. And if it takes a little longer, because I'm not saving every dime, it takes a little bit longer. But the priority is not right now for us to, as fast as we can, just get somewhere by ourselves. We have plenty of room. We have plenty of space. We have everything we need. We have a good life. And we are actually getting close to moving, and the more we get close to that, the more happiness I feel. But the point of this video is that I need to feel happiness while we're on the way to where we're gonna stay. So don't let your cup get empty, because that don't help nobody. If you have watched this video from beginning to end, then you just love me to pieces. And I'm going to have a call of action right now. Share this video, or share some of my other YouTube videos, because I'm a single mom making it, and I actually am like a professional blogger and get a little money and sponsorships, etc. So success of my channel is more than just for giggles. So share my videos. I love you guys. Love y'all. I love y'all so much. So self-care needs to be a priority, and it doesn't matter how much or how little money you have. Self-care needs to be a priority. It's harder when you don't have money, though, let me tell you. Tell me more videos you want to see from me. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll talk to y'all later.